All right, so moving on to the slasher movie that we watched this week whilst we had COVID. You remember what slasher movie?
I actually don't.
I love doing this to her. We sit down to do reviews like a week later, and she's like, which one are we going to do? And I'm like, you're going to find out.
And it was movies we watched when we had COVID, so I was already, dead.
I don't even decide what movie we're going to talk about until I sit down after I've already pressed record.
And then you're like...
So I'm like, this one, I guess. So, man, you want to talk about off the cuff. This motherfucking channel's off the cuff. Like, straight up. Now, that doesn't work for some people. Unsubscribe. I mean, if you hit it enough, though, then you'd subscribe again and then unsubscribe.
So just do it,
what? Do it once.
Twice?
Well, three times
would be
unsubscribed again. Do it twice, so then you're subscribed again. Well, that would be if you already are subscribed.
If you're not
Anyways, we're doing initiation.
Oh,
yeah.
Initiation. I totally forgot we watched this. That's so funny.
I wish I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was one that I wasn't big on.
Not at all.
At all.
This made it on a bunch of people's, top 15, top 10 of the year. It was on a top 13. It was on, okay, so the whole point of all of this is that we are trying to catch up on any little gems we might have missed out on for when we do our best of the end of the year little award ceremony that we're going to do here soon. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, we just were knocking out little things here and there, and I saw this was on some lists, and I was like, oh, okay, let's watch it. I don't know how this got on people's lists.
Yeah, I don't know either, to be honest. I'm trying to think, I'm sure, we've, said in the past, you can find things in a movie that you like aspects and little things, but I truthfully don't remember. I remember a good amount of the movie, but I don't remember.
What's the movie about?
The movie is about a slasher.
It's about a slasher?
The movie starts with a sorority and a fraternity party.
Yeah.
It's about a girl at college.
It's like a date rape, revenge, bullshit thing. Which, okay. Okay, here's something. Pro tip for all you filmmakers out there. Don't make a slasher movie without good kills. Okay? This is something that I am on my fucking knees begging filmmakers to stop doing. Why make a slasher film if you're not going to put good kills in it? This is why I hate 90s fucking slashers. Their kills are so lame. It's I don't understand the point of them. If you're going to do a slasher, do it right. And these kills are horrid. The characters in this, no. And, the main girl in this, I think, gives a good performance. She looks like she's 30. Which maybe she's going to be a doctor. She went a little later. And she's 8 years in.
And she's I'm still in the sorority.
It's possible. You never know.
I thought her acting was okay. Towards the end, it got really dicey. I remember there was a few points in the end that we were what does that mean? The way that she's kind of emoting is really weird.
I do remember that.
But it's
That's probably a director decision, which we're huh?
I don't know, but throughout it, I think it's, I guess, fine, but it wasn't anything fantastic, at least for me. And I think that's also why this movie was really forgettable. In
so
another
forgettable.
Week, I probably will just have total, it'll be gone. I won't even remember it.
We're reviewing a movie we barely remember right now.
This movie was one that we watched maybe day 2 into having COVID, or day 3 possibly.
And we were sick.
We were really sick. Not really sick, but
yeah, pretty sick.
Sick enough that it was,
This didn't help.
This didn't help. We were laying in bed with our snot rags everywhere.
This is one of the symptoms.
Was this movie?
Is this movie?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it has all the kind of typical slasher elements. It's, got young, horny kids. Like you said, there's date rape elements. That's not really a slasher.
Well, that's more modern.
But it's the modernized version of it, and yeah, I don't know. Just very meh on it all.
I liked who the killer ended up being.
Yeah, that's one thing that we did
Mm-hmm.
The killer was a good choice.
The reasoning was good.
Yeah. But the deaths are like... I can remember one of them.
There's just such lame...
I'm trying to remember the rest.
There's just such lame characterization here. I'm being a little silly here. I do remember the movie pretty well. But I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'm thinking about all these little things that I could say, but I just don't give a fuck.
I think that's also, like, if you don't like a movie, it's, like, forgettable and you're not really paying attention and you don't really have a lot to say. If you hate a movie, then you're, like, hyper aware of everything that you dislike and you can, like, really, vent about it. And then if you love a movie, same kind of thing where it's easier because you really retain the, the parts that you either hate or love. But when you're just kind of like, I don't like it, or sort of like it, it's really hard to, like, remember... What,
it didn't piss me off.
The specifics are. No, I wasn't.
It was just kind of like.
It wasn't like the Slumber Party Massacre remake. Like, that's not how I felt about it. But it was kind of in line with oh geez, what was that other slasher that came out this year? That was like a newer one, with the faces. Totally forgetting
Oh
it.
God. There's someone inside your house.
Yeah, that one. It felt kind of like
inside
that
your house.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like where I ended with it.
This feels like 100 other movies I've watched. This feels like Smiley. This feels like I could list a whole fucking ton of them. If you respect my opinion on slashers, as a lot of people who frequent this channel do, this is not one for you. Okay, this is definitely one of those many slashers. It feels like a 90s slasher modernized. That's what it feels like. The kills are lame. The characters are all too self-aware. I don't like it.
None of them are very relatable for me, at least. I didn't think you did have any relating to them either.
No, I didn't like anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't like any character.
No.
Not one single person in the film, for sure. Yeah. So, it's a pass.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just skip it.
Yeah. Moving on.